Hello. The following is a recording of a masterclass with John Burgos that we did in the Inner Sanctuary on Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024. Unfortunately, only the second half of the show was recorded. Yet I will fill you in on the happenings of the first half. I started with the following introduction. I said, hello and welcome everyone to the Inner Sanctuary. A warm welcome to our current Inner Sanctuary members and also our guests who are visiting us for the first time. It's wonderful to have you with us. Tonight is going to be a very exciting and informative masterclass with my very special guest, John Burgos. We will learn about releasing our emotional set points to prosperity, freedom, and joy. But before I introduce John, I want to tell you a little story. It's because of my special guest tonight that I'm able to help so many people like you around the globe in my work as a medical intuitive. For John gave me my very first break into being a guest speaker on great shows such as his. It was almost 4 years ago, February 9th, 2020, that he invited me, as green as I was, to be interviewed for the first time on BTO, Beyond the Ordinary Show. Was I nervous? Oh, yeah. Since then, my work as a medical intuitive has expanded into something far beyond what I had imagined. I'm therefore very grateful to John for seeing that something in me, and I'm honored to present him to you tonight as we discuss a very fascinating subject. Before I introduce you to John, let me tell you a little bit about him. He's an ascension guide, an internationally recognized public speaker who thrives when collaborating with provocative spiritual leaders, bringing light to the shared power of the awakened collective consciousness. Passionate about cultivating leading edge communities that empower a rising consciousness, John created the Beyond the Ordinary show, which quickly grew into an interactive community for those seeking ancient wisdom, the next generation of mystical teachings, spiritual awakening, and ascension guidance, all with a pragmatic and coherent delivery. John is here to return us to our soul's wisdom, bringing to light information that has previously been kept in the dark. So I then welcomed John, and among other things, he provided us all with a very powerful process to help us get out of our heads and into our hearts. So please join me now as I do the very same process for you, or something very similar as John provided to the audience that night. It involves how we feel about ourselves being a priority. So get into a comfortable position, relax, and enjoy while you repeat after me. I, say your name, am a priority. I am allowed to be a priority. I have permission to be a priority. I'm not an option. I am a priority. I am my own priority. I feel being a priority in my body. It feels good to be a priority. Great. I hope that felt really good. And you can use that for anything, not just priority. It could be, I am success. I feel being successful in my body. So find out as many ways as you can to use this for yourself on a regular basis to build your own esteem and expand your consciousness and open to the freedom of the power that lies within you. So thanks for joining me. We will continue now with the second half of John's masterclass. Thanks again for joining us.
Of what has to happen in our receptivity so that we can create the synopsis to know that we're safe and that we're capable and that we're confident and that truth of divinity runs through us. But we have to hear it enough to receive it enough. And again, so much noise out there that even if we've heard it 100 times, or it's been said to us 100 times, maybe we've only heard it once. And this is where you get to receive and be it. And as you be and express it, you invite other people into what's available in that as well.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for playing with me on this. Yeah.
That was a very, very beautiful process. I hope that you all did it right along. And took that very seriously for yourself and very tenderly, just loving yourself in every word and every emotion, allowing yourself to feel safe because it's in the safety where the body releases, right? And if the body releases, then it can heal.
Right.
And that's true freedom. So, John, are you open to taking questions? A few questions?
Yeah, let's take some questions. And I want to give you all a couple of other statements since I've suggested you practice in a statement. A great one is it's safe to be a success. I deserve to be a success. I can be a success. I am a success. I'm so grateful that I'm a success. I deserve support. It's safe to receive support. I deserve to receive support. I can receive support. I receive support. I'm so grateful that I receive support. And those are a few statements that you can work with. And of course, you can come up with your own. And if you do, use really simple sentences. Don't compound it. It's direct messaging into the universe. The universe responds to simplicity. And if you want to complicate it, it's going to meet you at the lowest vibrational formula to raise you to the highest potential of you because it knows that needs to be cleared up. So I don't think I deserve money. It's going to meet you. Oh, let us show you where money does actually show up for you. And how can you navigate that? By learning where abundance comes from. And it navigates you to the truth, not to where you believe that it should come from. So again, important to know. And yeah, I'm totally open to taking questions, Deb. Thank you.
All right. All right. So thank you. That was, again, so beautiful. So please, anybody who wants to talk, please raise your hand and then I'll have you unmute or you can say it in the chat box. And I have to
Melinda, I love that what Melinda wrote. Is this a test to see if I say something?
the fact that you seem to forget about me. What is that all about? I don't understand that.
I think Melinda raised her hand earlier, and we didn't forget about you, Melinda. But maybe we can call on her first. Melinda, you want to raise your hand so we can unmute you?
There we go. Hey, Melinda.
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Melinda.
What is your question for John?
I didn't have a question. I asked, my question was there. You saw it. I didn't have a question.
So can I ask you, why would you think it's a test?
Because they've been going on quite a bit and I don't really know what the tests are. Like sometimes I'm like, are they testing for this or that? Who are they? I don't know. And I'm sometimes saying the wrong things because I'm under the impression that test is something specific, but it's probably not that at all. And the fact that when you become aware that you're being tested for something, it actually can throw it off. Like when you're studying a mouse and the mouse becomes aware that it's being tested, and sometimes it plays back with the tester and back and forth, and you can have fun with it. But really, the mouse is not in the dominant position there. It's in some ways a slave to the study person, the studier.
But I want to just direct you to this place where my experiences, my direct experiences, and I've had some profound ones that there's just not enough time to talk about them on the show or any show because they're so numerous. But my experience has led me to know and understand that love will never test me. Love will never test me. Love will guide me to more love. And then through free will, I get to choose the experience. And sometimes there's challenging things that come up in the direction and in the refinement of love, and our capacity for compassion, for grace, our capacity for being primal humans comes up also, because that's perfection as well in different ways. There's intelligence that run through us that we have denied for a long time because it wasn't appropriate, because it wasn't good for another, but it neglected a truth inside of us. And so we've caged ourselves. We stopped our emotions short. We haven't allowed everything to run through. And so it's created a psychotic, chaotic society that tries as best as it can to bend to the rules so it can survive. But I can tell you, and I hope that you can take this to heart. If you're in a situation where you really feel like you're being tested, ask, is this showing up for my highest? Is this love? And if it's not love, say no, thank
It's the
you.
opposite
And you
for,
can
for
take
me.
it, you can take a deep breath and
I don't want
just
to. I don't want to say anything negative.
no,
I'm
that's
definitely
okay.
not.
Can you look at me instead of everybody else?
Yes, it's for some
And
reason I
just
look at myself every time. I don't know why I do
okay.
that.
I'm gonna put my screen up here real quick. Hopefully, maybe you can see me highlighted. Um, and just connect with me for a second and just come here. It's you and me. It's you and me in my crooked glasses. And here we are. Here we are. Where's your focus right now?
Um,
I feel you connected with me. I felt, right? Focus. And perhaps this is for a deeper session another time. Obviously, we can't do anything here, but I just wanted to bring you a little closer into a place where you can feel that safety can exist, even in an environment that can seem like so many things are going on. Just for a moment, and to, as that comes up, just like I said at the beginning of the call, remember the root of the light that exists in everything. Whenever it comes up, go down and find the root of the light and meet whatever that chaos may be in that light. See it, expose it for the light that it is without having to fight it. There's no fighting, it's just seeing. Breathe into it, and then put your attention and your focus on your love. And again, this is a call and a process for a deeper thing that perhaps you may want to do with Deb. Um, and I'm certainly available if there's something that you want to process more deeply, or we can recommend someone who may be able to facilitate in a better way. But what I wanted to do right now is just demonstrate to you that light and love are here with you. Okay. Okay. I'm sending you so much love, Melinda. I wish we can go deeper, but it doesn't feel like we can. Yeah.
Thank you, John, and thank you so much, Melinda. Thank you. John, we have a question from Rebecca asking, can this help with borderline, your process? I'm thinking she's talking about your process. Can it help with someone who has a personality disorder, a borderline personality?
I can't diagnose in the medical. That's really for professionals that are suited to do that. But if someone wants to work with those statements, it's definitely going to produce in neural pathways. It can't help but to. You're evoking something in your brain to release new chemicals. Now, the chemicals that it can release in someone who has psychotic episodes based on chemical imbalances, I'm not sure. For some reason, I haven't worked with people that suffer through that. And I truly believe it's because there's other people that are extremely much better capable of doing it than I am.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. And remember, if you want to ask a question, please raise your hand or put your question in the chat box. We'll be happy to, John, answer. I'm wondering, John, is it, if someone is, there's so many people right now that are really looking for their passion, looking for their mission, to their calling, right? What might be the best way to really figure that out? And for those who are in their passion, how does this affect their being free and clear? Might it be a little easier for some?
Oh yeah, the strong guidance from y'all, and I've been receiving it for the last month and a half, and I typically get themes for every year to come up, and I'm always blown away by how they land. It's I don't know why, but the guidance comes in like there's the theme for the year. This is what you're resonating into, and it's proving itself over and over. And this year's theme, and it seems so simple and maybe a little flippant even, um, but it's not. It's not. It's actually quite powerful and profound. Um, but we have to be in joy. We have to be in joy. You have done all this consciousness work. You've worked on your physical body, relieving ancestral trauma. You have worked on overcoming limiting beliefs. You've come back and done soul recovery. You've gone back into your Akashic and you've rewritten volumes of what was available here and cosmically. There's so much work that y'all have done. And for what? For what? It's not because you need to save the earth or the planet or humanity. God can do that. It's because you're here as a soul to experience the divinity that exists in human form. And we're getting more attuned to that as we evolve. And what if you came here as a soul and karmically you've already done everything that you needed to do? Your mission as a human being on earth, as someone who had this agenda written out before you came here, what if it's complete? What have you done? And you've got nothing else to do. You're like retired and hanging out in the rocking chairs going, now what? I don't know. I'm done. If you're starting all brand new, what are you choosing? What awe can the soul experience in in this life that you have left? What joy can be imparted in you? How open are you to receiving the love of a legion of angels? Find your passion, be in your joy as much as you can. Find it in different ways. Explore, play, and it's in whatever form that takes. And I had a beautiful meditation this morning that came in. It was so profound for me. I dropped in and I closed my eyes, and it was 10 minutes. And the second I closed my eyes, I felt all these children around me, and they felt like they were in the jungle. And they were laughing and playing and giggling and just being a little mischievous as well. And I was just like smiling around all these children that were showing up. I'll call it in this realm that I was connecting to. And then they're like shooting these little things at me. It felt like little darts, and they didn't hurt, but I was like, what are y'all doing? And that's like they were activating something inside of me. And then all of a sudden I got taken up, 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 up. And I had this vision of this condor flying overhead, up top, in the altitude that only a condor can go to. And I was reminded why he can go there. It's because his heart is so light. And that lightness of heart, he can see everything. He can see everything. And seeing everything, he can focus on that one thing, go down and pick it up. And it was then that my guidance came in and told me that this is where you're meant to make all your decisions from the levity and the innocence of childlike joy, and from the awareness of the perspective of the lightheartedness that you carry within you, to have the overview so that you can come down and choose what is in alignment for you to carry forward. And so connecting heart to your joy with whatever sense of purpose you carry with that is beautiful. And oh, while you may be doing these things in passion and purpose for because you understand that it's going to be of benefit to others, you have to know that first and foremost, it's given to you because you are so loved and it's for you to receive. And it's from your overflowing cup that you get to give. And so if you're looking for your passion and purpose, find it within yourself. Truly, truly make it your mission to discover that joy, that adventure, that playfulness, that awe, the fireworks lighting up in the sky as you're 8 years old watching the sky, and allow that to be your guide.
Wow, John, that was, if I ever heard a
Mm.
message of freedom, that was it.
Yeah. Mm.
The condor, looking at your life, the earth, humanity from a bird's eye view, and knowing that it's, first of all, beautiful to fly, to
Mm.
spread your wings, and really detach from our busyness and our hurt and our everything else that's going on in our minds all the time. So John is really speaking a beautiful message of freedom that I love so much. And John, you had mentioned earlier about you get a theme for every year.
Yeah.
What's inspiring to you this year in looking forward in 2024?
It's inspiring and a little unsettling at the same time, but mostly inspiring. And y'all, we've been experiencing this for a while, but there's this this unknown plane that we're stepping into. It's just so new. It's unknown, and I've been trying to create into this unknown months into the year, and it's just halted. I've got great inspiration for things that I want to create, but they're like I've got my foot on the gas pedal and the brake simultaneously. It's like, wait, it's not moving. So I'm meant to release both of them and just breathe into, because those things that are meant for me are coming to me. I don't have to chase them in the way that I did. And so, again, it's the essence of the joy, the innocence, and the peacefulness. I believe that we're not going to be working as hard as we used to work to try to create what we're creating. And the excitement of that for me is I translate that also in that I don't have to do all the work. We're meeting in a collaborative environment where other people get to show up in their genius in alignment to our creations. And we're building our creations in our new world together. And that's excitement. That is uplifting for me. That is community and understanding, and me being in my purpose and really getting to be in my gift, not trying to be somebody else's gift that I can't be, which then leads me to believe that I'm not enough because I can't hold it like they do. It's like we're all really getting to see how we're anchoring in our aspect of the light, of the unity consciousness that belongs to all. And that unity consciousness can't happen without us because we're all part of it.
Exactly.
And
One
yeah,
heart at a time, right?
yeah.
And that's why we're here. John, that was just so beautifully stated. We
Mm.
have chats in the chat box telling you just how profound and beautiful your words were today. Is
Oh,
there
thank you.
is there anything, you're welcome. Is there anything final that you'd like to leave us all with today?
Oh my God. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Oh, Melinda, I'm glad you're back also. Good. Um, hmm. I love you all. I love you all. Truly. I, I, I hope and trust that there's a part of you that can receive that and that can feel the sincerity of that. And it comes with no expectations, y'all. Y'all are absolutely wonderful, and it's such a privilege to be here with all of y'all. I'm touched to have this opportunity to connect with you here now. And thank you, Deb.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
joining us, bringing us such deep and wonderful wisdom. And John, for those our guests here, if those who may not be familiar with you, how can they find out more about you, your show?
Oh, beyondtheordinaryshow.com is the show where I've had the privilege of interviewing Deb. So you can sign up and listen to the shows, or you can go to johnburgos.co. And it's more of a John-centered website. Tells you some of the other things that that I may offer from time to time. But or just Google me, and we can always connect through Deb as well.
Very, very, very good. Thank you. And so I hope that all of you truly felt that statement and were able to receive it within your own hearts when John said, I truly love all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't
Yeah.
that, isn't that phenomenal?
It wells me up saying it. It's wow. In the giving it, I can't help but to receive it. Wow. Blows me away every time still.
And so with that beautiful thought in your heart and that joy of all of his wisdom that he brought here for us today, we'll say goodbye, good night for now. And thank you so much, all of you, for joining us. And thank you so much, John.
All right, everybody. Thank you, Deb.
Thanks again for joining us here in the Inner Sanctuary. For those of you who are not yet valued members of our private online community, the Inner Sanctuary, please use the link at the bottom of your screen right here to get more information about how we grow and learn together through our fascinating masterclasses, our guest speakers that we bring in every quarter, and also our monthly group healings. I hope to see you soon. From my heart to yours.